Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and it is time for your Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 10. Damn it just takes a long time to say Walking Dead review. Let's cut right to the chase here. A pretty good episode, and why? Because got introduced to a new character. It was eventful. Many things happened. Some things from the past came to the present. Um, And this is what I was talking about in my last review. I'm not here to bash. That's not what we do here on this channel. Whatever I review, whatever I talk about, I'm not here to just aimlessly bash, destroy, and insult. Usually, what I do here on this channel is a little something called constructive criticism. It's called being a critic of entertainment and society altogether. So, whenever you hear me say anything wrong, I love The Walking Dead. It's one of my favorite shows. But the thing is, sometimes this show has a habit of getting sidetracked, and I pointed that out. Most specifically in the first part of this season, we had like a good 3 episodes before they revealed if Glenn was alive or not that were quite subpar. And in many cases, I was saying bad, boring. Probably not the worst we've ever seen in television history. God knows there's been a lot worse shows, but they left a lot to be desired. Um, but you saw a lot in this episode. This is exactly the direction I want Walking Dead to go in. The thing is, they're changing a lot from the graphic novels. I try not to know what goes on in the graphic novels because I don't want spoilers. I'm actually quite happy I didn't read them. A lot of people tell me they're different, but in a lot of ways, they're pretty similar, and they do give away certain hints about the show, certain, plots about the show, even though things turn out differently than they do in the graphic novels, and different characters are swapped around and such. I just prefer not to read them for now. And there's just so much to watch on TV, and so many games to play, and so many movies to see, and giving wrestling reviews and all that. I probably wouldn't even get enough time to fucking watch. To actually read these graphic novels. I'm telling you, I'd buy them, and they'd sit around for a while. That's just being honest. So, watching the show is enough. An hour of Walking Dead per week is more than enough for me. Um, but I think the graphic novel had a tendency to be eventful. So what I'm saying, if they switch that many things up, then there's no excuse to have boring episodes of The Walking Dead. Sometimes the show just feels like it needs to cut loose at times. And that's exactly what they've been doing with the past 2 episodes. And towards the end to the mid-season finale, they started shaping things up again. So we saw Deanna in Walker form, and that was actually pretty cool to see. And there was a lot of closure. Did I mention there's spoilers? There's a thing. If you're watching a video about Walking Dead and you haven't seen the latest episode, right, you're a dumbass. Just thought I should mention that. You're just, if you're crying about spoilers, then just, I've seen people say, oh, watch the spoilers in the title. Then, I do Walking Dead reviews, and that they're going to be there. Just don't go looking for them. Fucking watch the show. If you have enough time to watch a fucking YouTube video, that sometimes these things go 20 minutes, you have enough time to watch The Walking Dead. Okay, no this is not. I'm not trying to be a meanie here and criticize anybody, but just saying, people a little bit ridiculous when it comes to spoilers. It's not the end of the earth, and chances are you probably spoiled yourself anyway by going on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. So not my fault. Also in this episode, we see Carl now. He's back on his feet, one-eyed and all. But But really, what steals the show here is I was so happy to see Rick and Daryl team up. I complained like a motherfucker that throughout season 5 and for the first part of season 6 that Daryl was on the back burner. He's taking a back seat. I don't know if it's that they didn't have anything for the guy to do or what it was, but I was getting kind of fucking pissed off. Daryl being one of my favorite, is my favorite character. I love his badass role. If you're going to be a badass, that's the way a character should be portrayed, as a badass. And they totally got it right. Now this is a character that's not even in the graphic novel. I keep hearing different stories that he's in the graphic novel or he got killed off quickly in the graphic novels. I don't know, whatever, I don't care, but I like how he's portrayed in the show, and I'm quite happy with it. The only thing is that, they really just forgot about his character. He's undoubtedly the most popular character on the show. I don't care what anybody says. He is more popular than Rick Grimes. I don't remember seeing a shirt with Rick Grimes on it. There's a couple, but nothing like Daryl. Daryl is the one that is the driving force. Let me put it to you this way: if it wasn't for Daryl, we wouldn't be Walking Dead wouldn't nearly get as many views. It might not. It wouldn't be an unsuccessful show, but Daryl Dixon is in a large part giving The Walking Dead success. There's a lot of female fans that really like the guy. They really think he's hot, and it draws everybody in. It's badass for the guys and the women, and the looks for the women. It's a character that's just very wide ranging. It was a very smart idea to incorporate him in the show, and he's a good character. And when they do show him, I don't know if it's because they want to make him feel special that he's not in every episode, and they took a break from all the Darylness, but I don't really see the point. If you smartly write the show, nobody's going to get sick of a character. And really, we still don't know a lot about Daryl. There's still a lot of mysteries. We still haven't really explored him. Which is really, if they ever killed this character off, that would be completely meaningless. We need to get to the bottom. Like with Herschel, I was upset about that, but then I understood we really knew who Herschel was. Herschel already lived his life, and we already knew what kind of a character he was through dialogue and dialogue towards the character. We knew who Herschel was pretty much completely, as a person, and so his death was kind of understandable from a certain standpoint. You could deem it unnecessary, like a lot of people have, but I really think that they should really start exploring deeper into Daryl's psyche, start explaining, certain, characteristics, why he's like that. Daryl, as far as like romance and everything, there's kind of little hints that he might hook up with Carol, but we don't really see that as much anymore. So it would be interesting to explore. Let's be honest here. Badass or not, any badass in the movie always gets the girl. So it would be interesting to see a little bit of that in there. I really don't know where they're going to take this character, but it was great to finally see him back in combat. Finally, with a lot of lines of dialogue. And with him and Rick, it was really a fun team up. I was really enjoying it. And the introduction of Jesus. Now, this character is like some fucking ninja. He's crazy. He's jumping on top of trucks. He's fucking stealing vending machines. You know what I mean? Like, but it's impressive. It looks like he could be an ally. First, it seems like an enemy, and somewhat of an in-between. It's kind of like you really don't know. There's a lot of mystery and intrigue behind the characters. And that's exactly what a Walking Dead episode needs, intrigue. Just any kind of... There were a lot of... there was really no moments in this episode where I felt that there was, a waste of time, which is pretty prevalent in a lot of Walking Dead episodes. Even, just for a few minutes, they really handled the time pretty well in this episode. And that's what it is, seriously. It's like I feel sometimes if The Walking Dead doesn't have enough to show, just make it a half an hour. If or just incorporate some of what you're going to show next week into that episode. Just don't slow it down. That's what I just have to say, really. This is a great episode. Really enjoyed it. But this is what I really just have to say to the creators. If you got an episode and you don't really have that much to show for it, then just make it a quickie, or like I said, a better idea is, if you want to keep with the hour consistency, then just incorporate ideas, and because it's just stupid to waste time and everything. And I'm always hearing shit about Easter eggs and all that, and it's like I don't really care about that stuff. So some people do it, but you get your Easter eggs into the show and all that, and just stop it. Just like I said, if you don't have enough meat in the episode, I really don't care about the scraps surrounding it and what this means, and this tree is this color, so that means this. Come on already. Like I said, just get in that. Just like I said, do what Better Call Saul does. Do it, Peter Gilligan and fucking um, Peter Gould and Vince Gilligan. I'm getting their names mixed up. But just do what they do when they fucking create an episode of Better Call Saul, and their writer and their director or whatever, and they get together and they create episodes and come up with ideas. Just fucking take every single moment and make it count. But like I said, a lot of times I don't do that on Walking Dead. But I was so happy. Just take these past two episodes you had. Like I said, it doesn't have to be all out action, but you can have a little bit of action in each episode. Don't get me wrong. Just come on. It is a show about zombies essentially. It's not just about that. It is about character development and the interaction between characters, the dramatic elements. But really make something of those dramatic elements, and sometimes just uh, make it make more sense is what I'm saying. Anyway, great episode, and I'll see you for episode 11.